education? That's number one. I can't get the class. So how am I going to get to my dream education? Okay, that's a very good point. Yeah.
But I was thinking of picking education, but I chose faith religion because if you have faith, then you don't. I'm not saying you don't need an education, but everything else will follow.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so faith is important. Faith in God and faith in yourself. Because if you don't have faith in yourself, what's going to happen? Right, you're going to doubt yourself and you're going to give up. Okay? And like I said, sometimes to get to the point you want to get to is not easy. Do you have to have a college education to start your own business?
No.
No, you don't. Okay, what if you know how to fix air conditioners? Can you start your own business? Yeah. But you still have to have a what? Well, you have to be educated on a trade. You have to know what you're doing, but you have to have no, that's only if you develop something, an idea. Nobody said the word. Passion is true, but what else? A plan. You have to have a plan, because if you don't have a plan, like let's say you want to go into accounting, okay? Can you just walk out the door and become an accountant after you graduate from high school? No. What do you have to do?
Go to college.
So what should you be doing while you're in high school?
Looking for college.
Right. Looking at colleges, right? Not only looking at colleges, but colleges that are strong in what? Accounting and business. Right. And your major, right. And then you need to know what? What it takes to get in, right. So you have to know not only what it takes to get in, but once you get in there, can you do it? So can I handle a strong science curriculum? Can I handle a strong math curriculum? Am I good at math? If I'm not, like we talked about before, if I'm not good at math, I probably am not going to make the best accountant. I mean, would you want me working on your books and I'm not good? No. Yeah, right. You might be broke, okay? So you want to be strong. That's why we talked about our strengths in those areas, okay? If you want to go into acting, you have to go to acting school, but what else would you have to do? What did you have to think about?
You have to practice. You have to have experience.
You have to have experience, but you also have to put yourself in a position to be in a place where they're hiring lots of what? Actors. Where did most people go back in the old days? Hollywood, right. Now, actually, Chicago is a good place for, they have hired a lot of actors. Atlanta now has become a big acting center. Right, they got the rappers and the, so if you want to become a rapper, then, they have a lot of producers here. So those are things that you have to think about where you are too, where you're going to be. Does this place hire a lot of nurses? Is this place a good place for an accounting business? Are there people that are going to hire accountants here? Or if I'm in a small town and nobody really has their own business or has a need for accountants, that's probably not the place I want to live. I probably want to move to a bigger city. So all those are things that you want to think about. Okay, let's turn to the next page. And there is a poem. Would somebody like to read the poem for me, please? Yes, go ahead.
Yes, you are. You are what you eat. You are what you wear. You are what you sleep. You are what you sleep. You are what you care. You are what you speak. You are what you dream. You are what you bear. You are what you think. It's all watch on you.
That's right. So whatever you do every day represents yourself, right? And we're going to talk about that because we're going to talk about you developing a brand that represents you, right? Okay, so the person that you want to present to the world, who is that? Do you want the world to think you're tough? Do you want the world to think you're compassionate? Do you want the world to think you're smart? Okay, let's look at this. And we'll do this together. The first one, it says right, wrong, effective for you. Okay, the first thing it says is tweet. How many people tweet? Okay, what would be the right, considered the right thing to tweet? Yes. Okay.
You have the right
Success, okay.
Something that's going to get retweeted.
Something that's going to get retweeted, okay. So something people are going to be interested in. Right, okay. Positive things, okay, yes.
There is no wrong or right thing to tweet because your account says you want something.
No, oh, I know, but I'm trying to make a point. Okay, so, okay, so, that's right, there is no wrong or right thing, but you want to do something that's going to do what? Be effective for you. It's going to represent you. So, whatever you put up there, that's what people are going to think of you. For instance, I know people on Facebook that put a lot of negative things on their page. Well, I know every time I see their page, it's going to be something negative. Do you think I want to look at that person's page? And they may have something significant to say. But if all I see is negative, I'm not going to really be interested in what they have to say. So you want to be positive if you can, because you want people to listen to what you have to say. Okay? Are there wrong things to tweet? Don't give them to me, because I know, okay, and who do you want the world to see when you're tweeting? Okay, Dominic, who's Dominic? Both of those are your names?
No.
You don't know who you are. Okay, and that's not unusual. But that's not unusual for someone your age. Okay, you don't know who you are. You're just developing into who you're going to be, right? Okay, so there's nothing wrong with that. Yes.
$B from the MFSDM.
$B? Is that another one of your alternate?
No, it's just, that's the side that I can be something that I want to be and not something that society wants.
Oh, okay. So you can be yourself. Okay. All right. What about to wear? Is there any right thing to wear? Yes.
I'm saying no, not really, because most of the people express the way that they feel through their clothing.
Okay. So you wanted to express you, right? Yeah. To wear? You said what?
I said sorry.
Right? Yeah, you can write that. What about wrong things to wear? Yes.
You shouldn't wear something that's gonna like objectify yourself, like especially if you're a lady. You should
Dress like a lady. How do you dress like a lady?
cover yourself up, make sure you're not all exposed.
Okay. So no short shorts, no skirts.
Shut.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
You shouldn't wear Reeboks. That's against the law.
So we're like Reeboks. Okay. But they're comfortable. Okay, the next thing they have is sleep. I'm not. There's a right and wrong. Well, snoring, yeah.
What about long hours and short hours?
Yeah, maybe sleeping 4 hours a night is probably not enough. So, right, get in a good sleep. Okay, so that could be considered a right way to sleep. Okay, so you get enough sleep, and so when you wake up, you're not,
I was tired.
yeah, and irritable. And think about who you are. Okay, and then eat. Is there a right way to eat? Right? Okay, there's two things, folks, that you could put under a right way to eat. You could eat this in a way that's healthy, or you could talk about the way that you eat. Some people eat with their hands. That's probably not the best way to eat. If you're at home, maybe that's okay, but it depends on what kind of place you're at. So, all right, and
There's no
Wrong way to breathe.
no, I mean, they do have breathing exercises and things like that, but, okay, speak. What about a right way to speak?
properly.
Professionally.
Now, we could get into a really big discussion about that, because, like, you know, if you knew where Ebonics originated from,
Yeah, I know ghetto.
no, it's before the ghetto. Okay? Mhm.
What would one feel out there?
Back in the days of slavery, of course, we came from Africa. So we still had the African accent. Most of the slave owners were people from Ireland, Irish people and hillbillies and things like that we talk about. Those were Irish people. A lot of times they came from the big cities, from New York. Okay? When those two got kind of mixed together, you got the Southern accent. And that's where the terms we made up later, our own slangs and things, well, that came from us during the 70s. And we generated our own individual language. And I guess that's what they coined as Ebonics. But in reality, a lot of it came just from the slavery days and the way the inflections in people's voices got mixed up. And if you listen and you hear an African person talking really quickly, it sounds like somebody coming from the deep south. So, yeah, it's really interesting when I learned about that. So, but a correct way to speak, of course, is so people can understand what you're saying. Proper English, right. And proper English is only basically spoken in England. American English is totally different. So, yeah. And when I went to New Zealand last year, and a lot of the people speak kind of with a British accent because a lot of British people live over there. So, okay, what about a correct way to think?
Positive thoughts.
Yeah, positive, right. And dream. Are anybody's dreams correct or incorrect?
No.
No. I mean, right. Now you can have no confidence in your dreams, or dream something that's unrealistic. And what would be? Somebody give me an example of an unrealistic dream. Yes. Is that unrealistic?
Kind of.
Maybe for you, because are you good at science?
No.
Okay, so yeah, that's right. Yeah. But I'm saying it's unrealistic for you because you don't care for science too much, right?
I know something earlier.
Yes.
For you to fly.
Yeah, that's what
I got one.
You mean flying an airplane?
No, fly.
Oh, you mean fly like a bird? Yeah, that's unrealistic. Yeah, okay. Because we can't fly, yeah. Becoming a unicorn, okay.
That is
Yeah, like, yeah.
living off Pluto.
Living on Pluto. One day that may not be unrealistic. Maybe in your lifetime. Yeah. You never know what is going to happen in the future, but I mean, at one time they thought cell phones would be unrealistic. So actually, some of the things we think are unrealistic may not really. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Some of the things that we